In Los Angeles, working poverty has reached staggering proportions, while the middle class continues to decline. But LA is also in the forefront of a growing national movement to challenge economic inequality and create broadly shared prosperity. In 2006, LAANE joined with labor and community partners in major campaigns to transform 4 critical industries that have the potential to become the engine of a new middle class. For years, the security workers who protect our city's commercial office buildings have endured poverty wages, inadequate health benefits, and poor training.
We, as security officers, are not getting the respect that we deserve in the position that we have.
Many officers are underpaid, understaffed, and undertrained.
We're not trained to protect the public against terrorism.
Nobody in LA is safer because security officers are in poverty. Nobody wins in that situation.
So this year, LAANE joined one of the country's broadest and boldest economic justice campaigns, partnering with the Service Employees International Union and a coalition of religious and community leaders in an effort to lift thousands of security officers out of poverty.
We are vigilant in where we are. We want to salute SEIU, salute LAANE, salute CLU.
Through a combination of street actions and a public policy campaign, the coalition won a crucial victory that will dramatically improve the officers' standard of living while increasing public safety throughout LA.
I am an immigrant from Peru. I come to this country to provide better life for my family.
Tengo 18 años trabajando allí y yo cuando comencé en el hotel entré ganando $6.75.
Many of us can't afford to pay our health insurance.
Y ahora gano $9.38.
The housekeepers can't take their breaks because they have to clean 16 rooms in an 8-hour shift.
Poverty, overcrowding, and high crime rates are linked to so many of these low-wage jobs.
This is unacceptable to everyone in this county.
Together with Unite Here, CLU, and a broad community-based coalition, LAANE launched an ambitious effort to transform working conditions for 3,500 hotel workers in LA's Century Corridor.
This issue is an important issue here in the city of Los Angeles. That Century Corridor is the gateway.
The campaign brought thousands of people into the streets for the September 28th civil disobedience action and has led to the passage of a landmark living wage ordinance, as well as one of the country's first tip protection laws.
When we do well for workers, it makes the businesses stronger and it makes the city stronger.
We have a public health crisis in this region.
The trucks represent anywhere from 20 to 40% of the pollution that's going into the environment.
You cannot solve the problem of diesel emissions at the port without addressing the problems of a chaotic system that keeps truck drivers and other workers poor.
In 2006, LAANE began a partnership with the Change to Win Labor Federation, the Teamsters, and a coalition of environmental and community groups. The goal is to raise standards for thousands of impoverished port truck drivers and, in the process, alleviate pollution and reduce the health effects of truck emissions in Southern California.
If you can ask any driver if they want to unite, they will tell you yes, but not by themselves. They need help and support by others.
LAANE has joined with the United Food and Commercial Workers Union and community-based groups to ensure that supermarket jobs once again become a source of stable middle-class employment for the tens of thousands of people working in this industry. Also in 2006, LAANE and its partners worked to ensure that future economic development brings good jobs and a better quality of life to communities around Los Angeles.
There's in Inglewood today a fear of being wiped out by a Confederate economic Trojan horse.
The future of this community depends on our ability to stop the monster in its tracks.
2 years after spearheading the campaign that handed Walmart one of its greatest setbacks, LAANE worked with the Coalition for a Better Inglewood to enact one of the nation's first superstore laws.
We have thousands of small businesses in South LA. We also have hundreds of heads of households who work for businesses like some of the supermarkets that pay a living wage, that provide health insurance. And we know that Walmart is not good for those businesses.
The issue is about our community's survival economically and socially.
Passage of the law that gives city officials and the public greater control over big box projects is part of LAANE's continuing effort to hold the world's largest retailer accountable to working families and communities.
Community benefits agreement is actually something very simple. It's a legal contract between a community group and a developer.
LAANE and its partners work to fulfill the promise of the $500 million LAX Community Benefits Agreement, bringing job opportunities to the historically neglected communities near the airport.
It means creating additional jobs and quality jobs, including benefits and a livable wage for workers in the area.
Community benefits agreements actually bring the community, coalitions of unions and environmental groups and lots of groups to the developer's side, because then it's a win-win and everybody is saying from their heart, this is why we think this is a good project.
In 2007, LAANE and its partners will continue to lead a growing progressive movement, taking on the crisis of economic inequality and creating the momentum for genuine social change. Challenging poverty, strengthening communities, rebuilding the middle class. This is the road to justice.